Well, thank you. I think I might stop now, actually. It's going so well. So, good morning, everybody. Are we up for the fight? Yay! Do we want to see the back of this lousy Labour government? Yay! Do we want to see the back of this lousy Labour Chancellor, Rachel Reeves? Yay! Do we want me to be Chancellor? Yes. Oh, well, thank you for the last one. I'm pleased about that. Look. We know that this country is crying out for change. It's had enough of a Labour Party and a Chancellor that have done little but break their word time after time after time. This was a party that went into the last general election and promised not to put up taxes left, right and centre, and yet within a short period of a few months, they had done precisely that, with the consequence that they destroyed growth and businesses in our country. They said to the farmers, they looked the president of the NFU in the eye and said, you can trust us when it comes to farming and the farm tax, and they broke their word within a matter of months. They said to our pensioners that they could sleep safely in their beds at night, they needn't worry about means testing and the winter fuel payment, and what did they do? They broke their word within months. That is an utterly disgraceful way to behave. And what has the consequence of all of this mismanagement and broken promises been? Well, we've seen growth destroyed in our country. We've seen a party that has talked down our economy. We have seen a party that, despite what they said before the election, went out and borrowed billions and billions of pounds and spent billions and billions of pounds and have raised inflation higher than it otherwise would have been, has kept interest rates higher than it would otherwise have been, and mounted up a colossal national debt, the servicing costs on which alone are running at £100 billion a year. That's twice what we spend on defence. That is unsustainable, and that is what you get with Labour. So we say the consequences of Labour are too clear. We've got record unemployment compared to 4 years ago, the highest in 4 years. Like all Labour governments, they leave office with unemployment higher than when they came into office. We've seen retail, hospitality and leisure shedding 90,000 jobs, many of them young people struggling to get that first rung on the career ladder. But there is another way, ladies and gentlemen, the Conservative way that we set out at our conference. We will get on top of government spending. It has to be done. We will get on top of the welfare bill, getting people off benefits and into work. It has to be done. And if we do it, we can go out there and create this aspiration-driven economy with lower taxes, and we've shown at conference we can abolish stamp duty altogether. We can abolish business rates for high street shops and pubs altogether. We can have a huge, big offer to young people so that the tax they pay on that first job goes towards that precious first property purchase. That is what we will deliver. So I think something's happened behind me. I think somebody important has arrived, and I'm being told that I've got to stop. But let me just say one final thing. Stick with us. There is a better way. It is a Conservative way. And if this Chancellor breaks yet more promises in her budget at the end of next month, she should resign and go. And now, the real person that you've come here for, the leader of our great party, the person that's going to take us into the next election, the person that's going to be the Prime Minister of our country after that election. Ladies and gentlemen, Kemi Badenoch.
Thank you, Mel. Our next Chancellor, everybody, Mel Stride. He has just given a great speech. We all know what we're here to talk about today. We're here to talk about Rachel Reeves. Yeah. Hands up if you believed Rachel Reeves when she said she wasn't going to put a tax on working people. No. Yeah, I didn't think so. Apparently 1 in 10 people think Rachel Reeves is doing a good job. Who are these people? I haven't met them. She promised not to put a tax on working people. Apparently farmers aren't working people. Apparently anyone who has a job isn't a working person because they put up the jobs tax, and look at what's happened. Unemployment has risen every single month since Labour came into office. It is what Labour does. Ducks quack, cows moo, Labour puts up taxes. We need to get spending under control. That is the only way we're going to get the economy back on track. Control spending. We've offered to help Labour, but they haven't taken our offer of help. Instead, they're making more and more of a mess. Just this morning, we've seen the news. Rachel Reeves apparently has broken a law, just like Angela Rayner before her and Louise Haigh before her. All we see is the Labour cabinet making mistakes, breaking laws. If the Chancellor can't even get it on top of her own paperwork, how's she going to get on top of the country's paperwork? So that is why our message is simple. If she puts up tax, give Reeves the axe. That last budget was a disaster. And after that, she said she wasn't coming back for more. And what have we been hearing all summer? Rises in property taxes, increases in income taxes. They want to tax our homes. They want to tax our pensions. They want to tax our savings. Tax, 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 tax. Enough is enough. If she puts up tax, give Reeves the axe. If you want more of something, you don't tax it. It is a very simple principle. She put taxes on jobs, jobs disappeared. They tax farmers, farmers are closing down. They tax businesses. They're taxing everything. They're taxing education. We're seeing schools close down because they can't afford Labour's taxes. Someone needs to get a grip on it. So Keir Starmer, you need to make sure that your Chancellor gets a grip. If she cannot get a grip on controlling spending, then you need to sack her. Enough is enough. But there is an alternative. There is an alternative, ladies and gentlemen, and that alternative is us. We have a plan. Mel and I have identified £47 billion of savings. We've identified enough savings that will allow us to make sure that we can scrap stamp duty, one of the worst taxes we have ever seen. It is a tax on aspiration. It is a tax on having a family. It's a tax on growing a family. It's a tax on downsizing. We need to get our housing market moving again. That's why stamp duty is our flagship policy. And Rachel, we're very happy for you to steal this policy, put it in the budget. We're very happy for you to scrap business rates, just like Mel described, put it in the budget. Let's have a budget of good news this November, not another budget of bad news. And we are able to do this because of our golden economic rule. We need to make sure that we leave an inheritance for our children, for our grandchildren. That means that everything we spend, half of it has to go down to paying down the deficit, as well as investment. That is what we're going to do. Make sure that at every single step, we are fiscally responsible. We're not just going to be slashing the public services that people need. No. We have said we need to start with getting people back into work. Let's cut welfare spending. Let's get many of those people who after COVID just decided to give up. Let's get them back into work. That will grow our economy. What we need right now is growth. Labour has seen a flatlining in growth. It was 0% last month, 0.1% the month before, minus 0.1% the month before. That's terrible. Growth is what is going to solve our problems. We are backing growth. We are backing tax cuts that will create growth. You scrap stamp duty, people build more, people sell more, estate agents make money, builders make money, painters, decorators, John Lewis, next IKEA. Let's get our economy moving again. That is the alternative with Conservatives. Our golden economic rule, finding savings, scrapping stamp duty, scrapping business rates for high streets, and then making sure we get control of spending. So that's my message to Rachel today. I know you've got a lot of problems now with the new issues with being a landlord and messing up your lettings, but no one is interested in your problems. We need you to solve our problems. If she puts up the tax, give Reeves the axe. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Well done. I think that's it. Yeah. That's it. Give me a hand. Yeah. Okay. Well done. Well done. Shall I take it? Yeah.